Last time on Fantasy Friends. Our three friends ended up in an augmented reality room where they had to make their way through a forest full of strange and creepy monsters, finally arriving at a tavern where they find out a lot more information about their mission, eventually finding their way to the village where it's revealed that their key information that they need is more than likely at the estate. So let's find out what happens on Fantasy Friends. Okay, so you get to the estate, no problem, and you get to the door, and it's just kind of is slightly ajar, or it's a giant double doors, one slightly ajar. The face of it just kind of looks like just like an old style estate, like it looks like the bushes are kept up, like was it topiary? Is it called topiary?
Yeah, like when they're animals and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of like they're
Edward
all
Scissorhands
like,
style.
Yeah, they're like cones and just squares, and there's flowers and stuff everywhere, and it looks like a beautiful estate, like it's kept up. It looks like it's kept up by the villagers, but it's just kind of odd that the front door would be ajar. They wouldn't at least kind of close it. If they don't lock it, that it would at least be closed. And then everything looks normal, but from what you perceive, something it's like an eeriness, that something doesn't seem quite right. I'll give you that. So what do you do? Oh, it's like a multi-room, like mansion style estate.
How many floors we're talking? Like 2 floors?
2
3
floors. 2
floors, okay. I'll just kick the door open and say, anybody else in here?
Oh, subtle.
Hey guys, we're in a computer.
Yeah, but these people don't seem to know that.
Why do I care?
Hello! So stealth is just out of the question. No.
It just sounds like your voice echoes.
Okay.
So help me out. What are we seeing? We walk through the door.
Yeah, I'll walk in and look around.
You see
very closely.
You see a foyer, and then it branches off into rooms. You can kind of see a little bit to your left. The doors are open to the left and to the right. There's like a double staircase that goes up. Foyer, it goes back, and then you can kind of see that there's like another room past that, almost like a four-season room type of thing that opens up into like the backyard.
I'd like to search the foyer.
Okay.
For like a
key.
Yeah.
So
for like a key ring.
Okay, so since you know it's a simulation, obviously, I just kind of did a full around investigation check. So if you do an investigation check, I will give you, depending on what you get, like I will reveal stuff for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't want to take the time, like with other missions.
Do it. I rolled a 9.
I'll give it a shot.
You hold on. You decide to go around to the rooms. I will give you at least this. You notice that there is no basement, but the rooms that you think are bedrooms, because everything just looks destroyed. Well, it looks like it's made up, but it should look destroyed. So you see kind of stuff there, but then it doesn't feel right still.
When I look in the bedrooms, are there actual beds in the bedrooms?
There are actual beds in the bedroom, but the windows that are in every bedroom that there would be. It looks like not like all misshapenly boarded up. It looks like neatly boarded up. Like no light could shine unless you break open the boards.
Right. So no coffins in place of beds, but no light can get into the bedrooms.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That's what you got with a 9. Anybody else want to investigate?
I'll happily investigate. Here, I'll do it on the screen so that we know I can prove that I did it wrong. 2 plus. Yeah. Is this investigation?
Yes. Wow.
Beautiful.
Ouch.
You get less.
Harsh.
You get less than what Ben Dane got.
Wet in my eyes, apparently.
You don't even know that they're bedrooms.
You don't even.
And you see the bed, and you're like, "Is this a mattress store? What is this?"
You forgot which room you were in. Is this the kitchen? Is this a? Is this
a mattress store?
You walk into a closet and pee.
Wow.
Wow.
No, if anybody doesn't remember where they are, I rolled a
Lord
natural
help me.
1.
Oh gosh.
I'm like, guys, this isn't even the estate. What are you talking about?
So I'll tell them what I see. I'm like, guys, you know what? These people might actually have been vampires because I don't see any windows. Can I check the closets? I'm specifically looking for garlic.
1 second.
I rolled a 19.
Hang on, I just want to bring up, like, when we walked up to the estate, there was windows on the outside, but there's no windows in the rooms?
They're boarded up.
Oh. I was going to say.
You rolled a 19
Yes, to look for
Searching
garlic.
the
to look for
closets
garlic.
and junk.
Or other vampire paraphernalia.
You find garlic. What the- If you weren't so specific, I could give you more. You find garlic in the pantry and other stuff, but then with a 19 investigation, you kind of reach out to grab some of the spices and stuff, and your hand just like it's not there.
Oh, like it's a hologram.
Like, okay, yeah, I forgot augmented reality. Okay, so in the augmented reality, you would be able to, obviously you picked up the ale
Right.
with your brain, you can figure out, you can pick up things, but for some reason you cannot pick up some of these things in the pantry.
Oh, okay.
Now that I see that, my first reaction is to start touching other things.
Wait. You were all in the same. You just followed him into the pantry?
Been following them everywhere. I don't know where I'm going. I got lost with the investigation, so I was like, okay,
right,
I got
that
a
makes
little
perfect sense. I don't want to get lost anymore.
I know. So I'm just following his lead. Like all of a sudden I see him not touching. I'm like, whoa, what is
When
going
I
on?
see that, if my brain puts 2 and 2 together, can I do like a I don't know what it would be. If it's like magic or something, can I tell if it's magic? Like if it's magically like divination or something?
If you don't have a spell, you can do Arcana.
Okay. I'll do that. I rolled a natural 20. Holy So I guess a 21. I have +1 in Arcana. Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana. I'm trying to find what it says. I mean, with
Arcana?
okay, so I think it's Arcana or Arcana. I don't know. It's one of those. Anyway, with that, ooh man,
The comment section will tell us.
yeah, right. They start emailing me. With a 20, I'm gonna give you this. You start searching. You start looking at the whole house, and you figure out that this whole entire thing, like almost the whole entire house itself, it's like an illusion. Like this is not what it's supposed to look like. You don't know how to turn it off, but you know this is what it's supposed to look like. Everything, like when you touch the beds, they feel like they're broken. but they look like they're intact. You
I'll
touch
cast
the
Dispel
wall.
Magic.
Do you have that?
No.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I'll tell them, like, hey guys, this isn't, like, nothing here is what it seems.
Should we
Like-
believe or keep looking?
I feel like we need to keep
Looking.
looking, but we need to, I don't know, use all of our
Hold on.
senses.
Wait. So,
Still on the first floor.
yeah, I was looking at you, Lachlan. With that 17 investigation, what were you investigating? Anything specific, or
Man,
just
I accidentally hit the
you
D20.
accidentally? Okay,
I mean, no.
you could have just said.
It was
I mean-
my ability to see all magic and perception.
No, you don't.
I don't know. I accidentally hit the D20, but I didn't ask for anything. Sorry.
I wonder what would
truthful.
happen if, thinking about it, is there anything that looks like dirty, for example? Like I'm imagining the place is run down looking and kind of like filthy, right?
It looks like it isn't, but it feels like it is. Like you can even notice that your boots seem kind of getting dirt and dust on them. Your hands, obviously, there's dirt and dust that you haven't noticed before. Now you're kind of like, oh, what? Like now my eyes have focused to the darkness, and it's like, oh, I see.
See, so I'm going to walk over to a table and like blow as hard as I can. All of a sudden, I see dust pop up.
Pretty much, yes.
Huh. I wonder if I cast a spell into and see if I can't alter this and see what it does. Is there a candle by chance?
Sure, I'll give you that.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on it and light the candle and see what it does.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. It lights up the room. It still gives the illusion like stuff looks normal, even though it doesn't. Although now you can kind of see flecks of dust in the air.
All right, I want to head
okay.
upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
head
there's
upstairs.
definitely an illusion over everything.
When I see Lachlan going upstairs, I'll say, don't get lost, buddy.
No problem.
Oh, Jeremy. Also, when you rolled that 20 and looked around and started kind of messing around, figuring out that this was kind of an illusion, you happened to glance up because the moon kind of hit your eye like a big pizza pie.
Like a big pizza pie.
Yeah.
boy.
And you happen to notice that there was something silhouetted off the moon, but it looked way up high in the sky.
Wait, like, on the moon? Oh,
No,
like,
like-
silhouetted against the moon. Okay.
Against the moon, like it was really high up into the sky. Just
So,
kind
like,
of
flying above the house, or, like, stationary?
like it was stationary. Like it's almost like it doesn't seem like it's rezzing into the simulation correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has hold on a second. Has Bendane told us this when he saw that?
You
Yeah.
were there. You were in the pantry, and then you followed him
Okay,
around because you
And
were
he
afraid
told
you'd get lost
but he
again.
told me about the moon thing, right?
I don't know.
All right, well, I'm gonna assume Bendane told me about that thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, everything that. Yeah, I'm relaying everything to these guys.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna walk over one of these windows with boarded up. I'm gonna take my axe and I'm gonna hit as hard as I can to let some light in.
Okay. I'll just say you smash open the window and the light pops in.
Moonlight. Does it do anything to the
No,
moon?
no,
Or
it
does
does
it do anything
nothing.
to the room?
No, this is as far as you can tell with that 20. This is a strong illusion spell.
I didn't know if the moonlight
Nope.
affected it.
No. Like I said, that was it, I didn't think you guys would roll that high.
All right, well, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
Is it going to be a hallway I'm seeing and a bunch of rooms
Yeah.
off the sides?
Like all the rooms upstairs are mostly like bedrooms and stuff and bathrooms and whatever.
Right. So if I walk into these, is it the same type of illusion?
Correct.
That's what
Yeah. So it looks. So you can determine from the paintings on the walls, from the walls on the tavern, that it looks like what it was before. Or Masaki, you did the investigation on the paintings?
Yeah, he did.
So you can tell them basically. You basically tell them that you've seen one picture where it kind of shows the estate, and it looks exactly like it looked in that painting. So the illusion is of the estate before the assault.
So there's definitely something hidden in here. We just need a way to drop the illusion.
Or just do another investigation.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that because I'm upstairs. So I was going to say, can I do another investigation?
Yeah.
I'll give him a hand so he gets advantage on it.
Huh?
I'll give him a hand so he gets advantage.
Okay, you want to help him?
Because if I help him, then he gets advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Whoa. I don't think there's any need. Well, the first one was a 18, so I'll take the 18.
No, +3 is actually correct because it's +3 for investigation for me.
Oh, okay.
No, it's +1, so it's actually 19. I'm sorry.
That still works. So okay, you just go ham on all of these bedrooms. So not only do you pull journals that are actually still there, like actually you reach under the beds, you grab the walls, all of a sudden you kind of pop open like secret little things, you find journals everywhere in every single room, and you realize that these are kind of journals that the family has kept. So like the daughter has kept a journal for her personal stuff, and everybody has kept a journal. So you gather up all the journals, and you find a broom closet, and you hear a noise come from it, and then you open it up, and you find a dark-clothed wood elf that is bound and gagged. And he's like,
Immediately take out a hand axe.
Okay.
Just cut the ropes, move the gag. Say, "Are you okay, my friend?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your name?
Fayrith. My name's Fayrith. You guys didn't see anything when you came in here? Like
What do you mean see anything?
You
What am I
didn't-
looking for?
Something was in here. It whispered to me. I don't know, man. It gave me chills. Like it struck me in the back of the head, knocked me out. Like before that, it was just like messing with me, teasing me, and then it's just like it knocked me out, tossed me into the closet. When I woke up, I was in darkness. I kept on screaming. I'm just so thankful you guys came.
I understand. Slow down, my friend. So let me ask you a couple of questions. I don't understand. What are you doing in this estate for the first place?
Me and a couple of guys, we got a team. We were hired to grab something. And kind of I got the short straw, so I had to go into here and search around. I was being brave, I didn't think anything of it, and then all of a sudden I just started hearing these sounds, whispers, and all of a sudden, boom! Before I could even search this place, I was out cold.
Do you know anything about this place? Anything you've learned before you came in?
No, not really. I got knocked out before I had a chance to do anything. Investigate, search. Looks like you got some stuff. What's all that in your hands?
What is in my hands? I don't even know.
The journals. You have the
Oh, the
journals in your
journals.
hands.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I grabbed all these, but I'm not really sure everything that's in here. I've got to read through them all.
Oh, really? Do you need a hand? You want me to help you out? I'm a pretty fast reader.
As long as you sit here and tell me what you find, I'm willing to let you sit here and do it. I'm gonna yell. As soon as I say that, I'm gonna yell down for Tristan and Ben-Dane to come up.
Well, I'm already there because I was helping you search the.
Tristan,
third-
I didn't
the
see you
second
there.
floor.
What?
Yeah, I've been here.
Holy, what?
You scared me to death. You snuck up on me like a fox. Anyway,
What the heck? What? I just read. What are an orc and what are you, man?
They call me a kitsune. Let's gloss over it and move on.
Okay. I've been around the world quite a bit. I've never seen. Wait.
Oh yes, of course the 200,000 pixels or whatever that makes up this. Anyways,
Actually, maybe.
Sorry.
No. It's. I don't know what that meant, but maybe south of here. I thought I ran into an island. I came across an island. Kind of weird creatures like you. I don't know. Anyway, I guess. Yeah, I could read those for you. As you think about handing him the journals, Lachlan, you hear on the side of your ear a whisper saying, "Don't let him touch those." And then it just disappears.
and I'm gonna immediately freeze. I'll look around if I see anything, and I'm assuming I don't see anything.
You see your buddies, and you see this strange new friend called Faerith.
Is anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
Tristan, I'll tell you later what it said. But anyway, Aerith, my friend. Feel like I'm just gonna go through these with my friends here right now.
Are you sure? Do you mind if I just kind of peek?
I think you need to be scurrying off. I've let you go. I've released you. I think in good faith you can go ahead and head back and find your friends back in town.
All right. Right. Hopefully, I don't get accosted again. All right. And he
It's just outside the front door. You should be all right.
And he scurries on past you and off down the steps. What do you do?
So I hand Tristan some of these journals and say, my friend, we got to go through these and see if we can see something that's going to tell us what's going on here.
So, what did you hear?
Oh, I heard, thank you. I heard this whisper that told me not to give him these journals under any circumstances. That man specifically. I don't know where the whisper came from. I don't know what it was, but it told me not to give him those things.
That's a bit ominous. How did it sound?
Sounded like a whisper. I don't know. It was telling me not to do it.
Well, I mean, was it ominous or was it friendly?
It's a whisper of something I don't see. You tell me if it's ominous or not.
Well, good point. I'll shrug my shoulders and start reading the first journal, I suppose.
So, I guess I just won't have you roll. So, as you run through the journals, it's mostly just like, from the girls, like, oh, I found somebody I love, and yada, yada, yada. From the boys, it's like, man, I want to be more like father. I want to be part of the barons and, learn more, whatever. The other one's just kind of like, man, I just want to do stuff. I want to go see the world. And then you get to the father.
Mindless drivel. Throw the journals aside.
It's just about love and ooey stuff. Ugh.
Total drool fest, like.
Ew. And then you get to the father's journal, and it talks about how they despised where they were at. They came to here, and he denounced his nature, basically. And he swore, and he made his family swore to denounce their nature. And it talks about a pact with the village that they would protect them as long as they had a nightly feeding, is what you could kind of surmise from it. But out of good faith, and then they would protect them while from all these strange and horrible creatures that lived around them, and then they would just let them prosper. It talked about the moonlight festivals celebrating, and how his heart kind of turned, like you see in the writing itself that he seemed to start to admire the villagers for how much they wanted to survive, and how much hard work and effort they put into living off the land and all that stuff. And then his last entry is about him having to go to the assembly of the barons, basically, where all the dukes and the barons of the vampire lords, so to speak, would have to visit and kind of talk, almost like a mob meeting. So they would talk, and then he had to do that to kind of keep up appearances with the other vampire lords. And after that, it doesn't mention anything about the assault, but there's pages torn out, like they were torn out almost like in anger, not in not a delicate way, but just ripped off. And then you see a matching part into the journal of the mother. So it's like the matching writing into the mother's journal at the end of her journal is basically his handwriting, stating something that he was brought out of his depression by the villagers that were left, and he was talking about something that he had was the only thing that he had left of his family, and that he could hold it within his hands. Talked about the cost of things in the palm of his hands, that if he could sell that to bring his family back, he would. And that is the last thing written in those journals, and then it just kind of stops right there.
Is there like a back door downstairs that gets me out the back side of this estate?
There is, yes.
Right. Kristen, I have a funny suspicion that thing that Bendane saw in the air might have been his father. I bet that father turned into a vampire, turned into a bat, I'm not really sure. A sneaky suspicion if we go out back, we may find this father. He may be the one that has the key.
I think what I saw in the air was just more like a glitch or whatever, like a glitch in the matrix kind of thing. Like it was just not quite like a rendered spot,
A dead pixel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, is there a boarded up window that overlooks the back by chance? Somewhere on this floor?
I mean, they all do, but the moon is actually to the south, north, west. So it would be more in that direction on the
I'm gonna
roll 20.
take a look out the back anyway.
I understand what you mean about the glitch in the matrix type of thing, but this whole house seems to be inside the matrix, and there must be something else here, so I still feel like there's something outside. Do you guys want to keep investigating different rooms in here?
I feel like we've kind of searched everything we could search in here. Did we learn everything that we could learn from the journals, I guess?
Pretty much.
Sounds
Like I
like
said, that was the end of it. He mentioned that about if he could sell that off.
Well, what do I see out in the backyard, at least?
More topiary and flowers. And the mountains.
Nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting. You hear at the front door rustling.
Go
That's
down
not
and
good.
see what that is. I'll go first.
I'll follow him, yeah.
Going
I
down
will
the
go
stairs.
last.
So as you kind of get down the steps, as you're about to kind of cross the foyer, the doors burst open, and the wood elf Faerith is there, being choked, like by the throat by something pale, and all of a sudden it rears back and throws him towards you, and then all of a sudden it bares its claws, it roars at you, and then it just poof, it turns into kind of like smoke. And then all of a sudden the wind, like the doors start to just shudder, the wind starts to kick up inside the foyer, whipping around like violently, and it kind of forces you together. And the whole time Fayrith is just kind of like near you on the ground, just trying to catch his breath, and he's like freaking out. And all the time you start to hear a voice saying, "What are you doing here?"
We all hear the voice?
Yes, you all hear the voice now.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
I'm just going to say out loud, you're looking for a key.
Looking for a way out.
What key?
Key to help us get back home.
And where is that? Why have you disturbed this place? Why are you in league with him?
We're
and
not.
the others.
Not in league with him.
How can I believe you?
I don't really care what you believe. What's your name, friend?
My name is irrelevant.
How
Your
about you come out where we can
lives
see you?
are in the palm of my hands.
All right, irrelevant. Listen, don't get intimidated easily. Anybody got any suggestions?
I say we just walk out. Let's, actually, what was the guy's name? The dude that was just snatched up by the throat by that thing?
Fayrith.
Fayrith. I'll grab him and I'll be like, what the hell was that thing?
It's still there. Like the
But it
wind
turned
is,
into like smoke though, right?
yeah, but it's still there. Like it's in the wind. Like you can see its appearance like pop in and out. Like its visage is
okay.
there. Yeah,
I
like
see what you're saying.
it has not disappeared. It's still asking you.
I thought it like
it's waiting
disappeared,
for
but
you
we
to
could just
respond.
hear the voice.
No,
Yeah.
it's waiting for you to respond to it.
Okay. Hey, look, we just want to get out of here, and if you know a way out of here, then let us know, and then we'll be on our way.
How did you get past the forest?
We just walked through it.
Why does everyone ask us that question?
You have no ill intent here with us.
Oh, my
Obviously, we got through the forest.
What key do you seek?
Key
feel like
to
I
a
told you that
portal.
already.
Wait, what? You all talked at once.
Sorry.
It's a key to a portal.
Hmm.
Are you the father? This estate.
Ooh, okay. With that, like the wind is still picked up, but all of a sudden you see the visage of that creature at the front of the door, and he looks at you and says, "Yes. Why are you seeking a key in my village?"
So we can leave. Feel like I said that already.
And you can't leave without it?
No, we can't.
So he looks at you straight in the eyes. Tell me
Wink.
how I can believe. Tell me how I can believe you.
What do we need to prove to you?
Roll a perception
What?
check.
Can we do? What would you like us to do to prove that we mean no ill intent?
You want this guy? And I'll grab the one dude, Fagin, and I throw him over there.
Favorite?
Yeah, favorite
Uh,
Megan.
Favorite just kind of like stares like, just like taken aback because you just tossed him at the creature, and the creature looks down at him, back at you. He's like, "He will be dealt with soon enough."
I'll flinch at him like, what?
So what did this guy do to make you so angry?
They seek what you seek. They seek something to get this place. If the key is taken, this place becomes vulnerable again. I cannot let that happen. Not ever again.
Vulnerable from what?
From everything that wants to destroy it. Werewolves. Orcs. And he stares at you for a second, Lachlan. Anything that has evil, ill intent. I refuse to let any more villagers suffer.
Clearly you have the key that we need. If you don't want to give it to us,
It's
you want
possible.
to protect the village. It sounds like it's pretty likely.
I'll say to him, look, man, look, I promise you, I can guarantee that if you have the key that we're looking for and we're able to use it to leave, you won't have to worry about a thing ever again. You won't have to worry about these villagers. You won't have to worry about anything getting in here and messing with your stuff.
You don't have to worry about breathing. I mean, sorry, slip of the tongue. I like shuffle a little bit more behind Lachlan and Vendane.
He grabs Faerith and lifts him up a little bit off the ground. He says, "If there is anyone in the village that would vouch for you, bring them to the tavern." And then he disappears with Faerith.
I mean, we're all in the village, right? We can vouch for each other.
Oh, we need to go back and get that woman we helped. She said she'd vouch for us. Let's go back to the town and find her and bring her back to the tavern.
Okay. Whether she wants to or not. Okay.
No ill intentions. Gosh, man.
Yeah, Mr. Eat Her Apple. It's not quite ill intentions, but that's a joke, man. Anyway,
Listen,
okay. So
It's
you
very clear we cannot have ill intentions to anybody. So everybody sheath your weapons to any degree before something bad happens.
I thought it just went in the sheath or it was out of the sheath. I know there was varying, states of sheathing weapons.
I just meant keep it sheathed.
Keep it in your pants, fox boy.
What? How dare you?
all right, do you go back to village?
Yes.
All right.
We started looking for the old woman, so we're searching wherever.
All right.
The elderly elf.
So you go down Main Street from what you, because you probably don't remember, but from what you remember, she lived down Main Street. So, she is one of the houses that is on the side closest to the tavern. So, and you know also that it's her house because the turd elf that tried to ask her questions is banging on a door, and two and two together, you're pretty sure that she lives there.
I'm just going to I'll cast a spell on him. Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on him. Have him make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, he super failed that.
So he takes 9 points of psychic damage.
What does he hear?
So there is a discordant melody that and like dark whispers kind of like enter his mind and just start causing him immense pain. And he has to use his reaction to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
So yeah, he
As I'm
runs.
walking up to the door, I just hold out my hand and cast this at him.
He looks at you for a brief moment and goes, "Ah!" and then just bolts. He just goes in the opposite direction for
He hears
far away
whispers
from
in his head like, "We've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty."
Dang it! Oh, I was trying to think of something so good. All right, so yeah. So you walk up to the door. Do you knock? Tristan's
let
in your
them-
court. Oh,
I
you
let them do the knocking, and I just slowly turn and face like after him, and I'm like, "Don't come back again."
just like the 2 fingers to the eyes. I'm watching you. Okay, so you all knock on the door, and you announce yourselves as, "Hey, we're the guys from before."
Yeah.
Okay. She opens.
Hey, we're
the door.
those super trustworthy guys you talked to before.
And the one young
Thanks.
man that ate my apple.
Yeah, I said thanks for that, didn't I?
You did. I was just joking. Thank you so much again. This is this is 3 times now. You helped me up. You saved me from that hooligan twice. How can I help you?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that
Oh,
because we need you to come with us to the tavern.
Okay.
Well, that was easy. Let's go.
Happily, happily
Well-
buy a drink.
Oh
as a
no,
thank
no.
you for your help.
I don't drink at this age. Just let me get my shawl, and then she reaches.
Oh,
over
it
to-
doesn't have to be liquor. I'm sure they've got something like.
Liquor, we hardly know her, guys. Jesus.
Dang it. Nathan.
It's all falling apart.
All right, so she follows you to the tavern, and it's a whole kind of interesting standoff where you see the dwarf really angry. You see Fayrith spazzing out, wanting to get as far away from the tavern as possible, but he's kind of against the side of the hearth, just kind of freaking out. And then they both are looking at the bartender, who is staring intently at them until he hears the chime of the coin, and then you all enter with Amiria. And he looks over there, and all of a sudden he gives you a big, nice, warm smile. He says, "Ah, you all again. Welcome back. Did you find what you were looking for?"
Maybe. We're about to find out.
So, Amiria, what are you doing here? She goes, "Hello, Strauss. Well, these gentlemen have been so kind to help me out. There's been some odd character that's been bothering me all night, and they were so nice I tripped, and they helped me up, and they are just very, very kind people." And he looks at all 3 of you, and then all of a sudden his appearance turns from kind of like a warm, friendly look, and his face becomes more gaunt and pale, and his muscles kind of shrink, and you see before you a man that basically it's an elf vampire staring back at you.
I look at him and then I look at the painting on the wall, and do they match?
That is the father of the Vacathiel family, and his name is Strauss Vacathiel, and he
Oh, Mr.
sees
Vacathiel.
Dickens.
he sees you look at the painting. He says, "Yes, that is me. That was my family, and this village was our home.
Well, you have a lovely home.
We tried our best to rebuild, as I stated before. I am sorry for the theatrics, but it's people like them," and he kind of tilts his head over to the dwarf and the wood elf, "that I don't trust outsiders much anymore. But Amiria trusts you, so I will trust you. But I need a favor from you.
What is it, my friend?
I need your help. You seem to have some type of magic or aura that surrounds you. May I use some of that and you can take the key.
How would exactly you be using it?
See, the key, and he steps out from the bar, and then walks up to the door. He kind of motions for you to step aside, which you do, and he opens the door, and he kind of floats up a little bit, and he takes the coin from the sign and plucks it, and then floats back down, walks back into the tavern, and he just kind of holds it out in the palm of his hand and says, "This was the only thing left I had of my family. It's a two-faced coin. It looks basically ordinary, just a little bit bigger in size than like a normal like earth coin. And
Like a dime or a quarter?
like a dollar.
Okay.
Like a little bit bigger than a dollar coin. And he says, "I would have sold this if they would have brought my family back, brought the village back, but in my despair, I stared at this for the longest time, and then the villagers kicked me out of my depression. So I did the one thing that I could. I cast a spell on it to protect the village, and made it look like it had before. So there are two spells on this coin. One to protect anything from coming from the forest, to be destroyed if it had ill intent, and for the village to at least look, for the time being, like it was. I need your help if you're going to take this coin to imbue something new with the same effects."
No problem, my dude. I hand him an apple core.
He looks with the other hand he looks at his other hand and then looks at you and just kind of squints his eyes and says, I don't okay. And so he walks to the bar, shaking his head, and he pulls out kind of an interesting looking bell. So he basically says, this will be the item that we can imbue.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
It needs to be
Throw it in the
sustaining and
garbage.
not biodegradable. Over the course of like an hour, he kicks out the two guys, tells them to never come back, and then he lets you kind of sit in the tavern while he kind of preps something in the back of the tavern, like basically a magic circle. While you do that,
a ritual for his spell. Like a ritual for his spell.
Basically, yeah, it's like super powerful. Like it's too powerful for him to just cast on his own. So he needs to kind of like draw some energy from people, which he had to do. Well, now that it's revealed, which he reveals to you that he had to do with the villagers. You know, Amiria assisted him, and then everybody in the village assisted him in creating this basically protection from evil spell and this illusion spell. So you, I don't know, drink and have something to eat.
I will add another painting to the wall. I'll paint something while he works.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You can paint.
Yeah, I will paint the estate with him outside the estate. Like, it's going to be rather quickly done in an hour, but and the estate's in a state of being rebuilt. Something that kind of conveys like a new start for the city.
An
Okay.
Amish barn raising.
Village, I will say.
Amish barn raising.
Something like that, sure.
Okay.
Bandane will sketch an apple core on the back of a napkin at the bar.
Just pin that on the wall next to my masterpiece.
He just tapes it like to the side of the frame.
While they're doing this, all of a sudden, everybody noticed that I've actually fallen asleep next to the fire.
Roll you into the fire.
Just asleep.
All right. Okay. All right. So he, after an hour or so, he walks back in, and then he motions you to come outside with him.
I'll pull him out.
All right. You all go outside. And he places the bell in the center of this magic circle, and then he kind of directs you of where you need to stand, and he walks up to Lachlan, and he hands you the coin. Basically says, out of trust, he's going to give it to you, and then he goes to his point, and then all of a sudden he starts casting the spell. And it's like all of a sudden the magic circle lights up with kind of like this purple, like very mysterious light, and then you feel kind of like energy being drawn from you, but not really because you're in augmented reality or whatever. And then all of a sudden the bell starts to kind of float up, and it starts to shake and rattle, and then it just looks like all this energy kind of flows into it, and then within, I don't know, it seems like seconds, but it takes a minute or two, and then all of a sudden the bell kind of drops to the ground, and you kind of feel like the same, stuff is in place. You feel like the protection spell, and he even kind of acknowledges, the protection spell is still there. And the illusion spell has been put back up, and then he takes the bell and places it back into, or where the coin would be, and then he goes in the tavern. Well, he opens the tavern door and turns around, and you're kind of all three standing in the line, and he reaches out a hand to all three of you to shake your hands.
No, shake his hand.
Okay.
I reach out and shake my hand. Shake my own
Your
hand.
own
Shake his hand. All right, in the last hour, boys, I've been drinking a little bit. My bad.
Wakes up and just grabs both of his hands. Ah. I'll shake his hand as well.
Okay. And he says, gentlemen, I bid you fair travels. I hope that you find what you seek, and I will be forever in your debts. And he kind of sees you off through the forest. You don't get accosted this time. It slowly starts to kind of turn to dawn. As you look back, he kind of closes the door because he's a vampire and he'll die in the sunlight. And then you kind of trot off as you see little specks of sunlight peer through the dark forest. And whatever creatures were in there are now, far, far away from the main dirt road. You climb up the hill, and once you get up the hill, you just kind of see this portal. You step into the portal, and then all of a sudden, everything fades to black. And then it's like a curtain rises, all the lights go up, and then there's just nothing but an empty kind of grayish polygonal room. And you hear Rascal over the intercom saying, well done, fellas. You figured it out fairly well.
Good round, boys.
Way to go. And then the door opens, and Suriel greets you with a wave, and he says, gentlemen, would you please follow me back into the main area?
I'll follow him.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
So you follow him back to where everything is. Rascal.
I touch him just to make sure he's real.
Okay. Thank you for that. That was strange. So, and then you kind of glance over at Rascal. She gives you a thumbs up and a wink to all three of you. As she takes off her headphones, and then Suriel says, "I'm sure you'll find that your pockets are empty. That coin is not there. It is actually here." And he pulls it out of his pocket.
Oh, look at that.
No,
Bits of
it's
magic.
no. I knew you were going to say that. Dang it. No, because it's augmented reality, that coin did not exist. This coin does, because that was the last mission that Leon went on. So we were hoping for the same results, and that's actually what happened. Although a little bit slower, but I can understand why it would be a little bit tricky to solve that puzzle. So this coin wasn't used, and by that I mean every time you get a key, it unlocks the potential for you. I know that sounds like it should be in you, but for you. And I'll show you why. And he turns and he kind of waves his hand. So like you kind of see the coin float between his hands as he's kind of like spinning his hands around the coin, and then all of a sudden you see like this huge amount of energy come out of the coin, and then it shoots into your lockers. And from there, he kind of clasps the coin back into both of his hands. He turns around and says, "See, what happens is the emotional or physical energy that creates these moments is locked up not only in the portals, but into these keys that close these portals. And when that happens, it unlocks potential for you all. It gives you better abilities, better gear, mostly better gear, and
Nice.
and see, Leon knew something that he wouldn't quite tell me what. I don't know if he was trying to spare me from danger or what, but he knew he was being followed or something. I can't tell you more than that. And he said to keep that coin safe, and if it needed to be used, that it would be, his the preservers that would come after him. So I just used it so that you could use the energy from it and grow stronger and get out there and stop whatever is happening. This next part, and he puts the coin back in his pocket, and he walks up to you all, and he walks up to Tristan first, and he says, "Hopefully these tokens," and he looks at all three of you, "will help you get over your newfound lineage, your newfound appearance. So here you go." And in his palm is like a glowing little orb, and he reaches out his palm for a handshake. Tristan.
I'll hesitantly shake his hand.
Okay. So you shake his hand, and all of a sudden, in between your hands glows the orb, and then So it could be a ring, a necklace, a bracelet, an earring, whatever you want it to be. What does your token turn into?
Let's go with a bracelet,
Bracelet? Okay.
like a little slap bracelet kind of deal.
Okay. Like silver, gold, rose gold, platinum, whatever.
Something that looks really cheap.
Like fluorescent nylon.
Let's go with
Beads.
silver. Why not? Plastic.
Plastic?
No. So let's go with silver.
Silver? Okay. Okay. So all of a sudden he turns his hand like he forces kind of your hand downwards, so your palm is facing up and then his is facing down. Okay, calm down. And then he lets his hand out, and then all of a sudden in your hand is a bracelet. And then, as I'm assuming, you immediately put it on.
Just kind of stare at it, like,
Okay.
What am I supposed to do with this?
But it's a bracelet. You put it on. That's your token. It'll let you look like what you were.
Okay. Put it on then.
And as soon as you do, like from your arm all the way to the rest of your body, you turn back into your, well, quote unquote, normal form. So you look like Tristan again.
Thank God, it's getting really hard to look at you like that.
Thank goodness. Oh my goodness.
Now
I just kind of like check everything.
Well, I mean, it disguises. It's like a there's a spell out there that transforms you, but this is a temporary thing. So, so once you take it off, you know you'll probably have to take it off for missions, because if anybody were to try to get through this to our world and know what you really look like, well, except for Bendane, I mean, kind of. Either way, anyway, yeah, just be careful. These are also, as he's kind of approaching you, Lachlan, these are also double as they kind of shake or vibrate and let you know that, oh, there's a mission, we need your help. And then we can, it's like those GPS things, we can locate you, and once you're in a safe location, we can teleport you back here when you need to. Lachlan, and he holds out his hand, palm side up, with another little glowing orb.
Take my hand out and grab it.
And same thing. It glows bright, and it turns into what?
Turns into a belt buckle.
A belt
With
buckle?
the symbol of a Celtic knot on it.
Ooh. Okay.
With like the Trinity knot, that Trinity
right.
symbol.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden he does the same thing. He turns your palm face up and lets go, and then all of a sudden you have a belt buckle in your hand. Oh, like color. What does it look like? Is it a gold belt buckle?
Good God!
Big old belt buckle. It's an old circle, like an oval.
Old,
Pewter
Oldest
color.
Pewter
kinda.
color. Is it
oldest
pewter?
for rich people, and it's a silver, but it's very worn. A worn silver, like it's just been something old.
So your belly's gonna vibrate?
No.
Yeah.
Crotch will vibrate.
Yeah. All right. So now you have a silver belt buckle to go along with your cowboy orc.
Oh yeah.
The Irish cowboy orc.
Irish cowboy orc. All right.
I'm an enigma. It's not my problem. You guys don't understand me. I'm an enigma.
He finally walks up to Bendane. Bendane, he does the same thing. And here's your token.
I reach out and shake his hand.
And it glows brilliantly. And what do we got for you?
A extravagantly bejeweled toe ring.
Of course.
And I slip it on.
With the symbol of an apple core on the top.
Yeah, a single ruby. It is in the shape of an apple
To
core.
remind you of your first mission and your first augmented reality apple.
I slip it on the second toe of my left foot.
So that happened.
He kind of like hops around a little bit. He stumbles a little bit while he's putting it on.
Made my night right there.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, we are doing some reconnaissance right now, searching for more keys to find, more portals, rogue portals. Next time, it'll be an actual mission. We wanted to make sure that you were ready and prepared of what you were looking for, what you were seeking, and yes, we will send you back. If you want us to send you back, or you could just go back upstairs and take your cars.
Hey, so quick question, actually,
Sure.
because I kind of made a promise to a dude.
Here.
Does the simulation keep running while we're not in there?
No, but that is an actual place. But they won't know what you did.
Okay, because I just kind of told the guy that he wasn't gonna have to worry about his town like at all anymore when we got out of there. So,
I mean,
I was
you
gonna say-
didn't steer him wrong.
if we could go ahead and just shut it down while we're not in there,
it's already shut down. You did.
that's good.
Okay. Well, you did hear me when listening to the conversation. You probably didn't hear me. Well, Leon already
What?
did that mission, and he basically did the same thing you all did. He took trust and he helped that father out, and he decided to use some of his energy to protect the village as well. So you basically did what Leon did.
Good for us.
Yes. Who knows?
Oh.
You might run into that village someday. I don't know.
Do these things make us sort of like the Power Rangers or something? I'm like messing with the bracelet.
How dare you? How dare you compare
Our-
this to
Our Rangers are
Okay, so yes,
Like
sort of.
Captain
Okay, it's kind of like the Power Rangers.
If
Sure.
anything, okay,
Ugh.
we're more like fruit ninjas.
It wasn't really that much of a ninja act. You just basically just picked up an apple and ate it in front
That's
of the
true.
person that you stole it from.
But I got away with it, which makes it a ninja move.
Yeah, but she was like really nice and kind, so you basically took advantage of a
And
nice
old.
and. Well, I mean, I didn't really. I forgot. There's the one person I forgot to describe.
It's too late now.
Yeah. She was old, but she didn't look old. Anyway.
Bending doesn't care.
Okay. Future notes. Ben Dane does not care about
Oh god, it's
appearances.
canon now, isn't it?
I feel like that was obvious.
Hey, friends. Thank you for listening to episode 3. I have had a couple comments about the way I end some of these episodes, and I will not apologize, nor will I change it if I don't have the time. I'm doing a lot of editing, and my time is limited, so just deal with it. Just want to say thank you, and of course, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Amazon Music, Spotify, pretty much all the big ones. Like and subscribe. Also, a thank you to Brian Sanishyn, BrianSanYSHyn, for the intro and outro. You can find him on Fiverr and on his own website. Stay tuned, 2 weeks again, episode 4 will be out. The next episode will be an intermission episode, so we'll get to find out a little bit more about the lives that they kind of live, or our little trio, and a little level up and upgrades. So